Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Silver Bullion Television, SBTV. I'm your host, Patrick Vieira. Today, as you can see, we're on location at the Safe House Vault in Singapore, where Digix Global stores their gold, and we're delighted to have with us today Shaun Djie, co-founder and COO of Digix Global, which is an asset tokenization platform on the Ethereum blockchain. Digix aims to marry the functionality and transactional utility of crypto coins with real-world physical assets on the blockchain. This allows users to unlock the store of value of physical assets and use them as a medium of exchange over the internet easily and efficiently. Good day, Shaun, and welcome to SBTV.
Thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you.
That was a really good introduction.
Thanks. Shaun, I'd like to start by congratulating you and the Digix team on the soft launch, the DGX 2.0 token last week. It must have been a culmination of a long journey and a huge milestone for the Digix team.
Absolutely, yeah.
How did you get into cryptocurrencies and Ethereum in particular?
Right. So in cryptocurrencies in general, I was pretty late to the game. I only came to learn more about cryptocurrencies sometime in 2013. With Bitcoin, obviously the flagship name of blockchain technology, that was the first touch point that I got into. Ethereum, actually I got in pretty early into Ethereum when it was like 2014. Wow. So my other two founders, Casey Cheng as well as Anthony Eufemio, so they introduced me to Ethereum back in 2014, and they were asking me if I was interested in helping them run like a startup base back here in Singapore. So my two other founders, they are based in the US back then. One is working on Wall Street, the other was in Silicon Valley. Very seasoned entrepreneurs and veterans in their own space. So my main founder, Casey, he was involved in investment banking on Wall Street. And my other CTO, which is Anthony Eufemio, he was like a 20-year hacker based out from Silicon Valley. So I thought it was a very good combination as well as mentorship for myself. Back then, I was actually an exchange student at NYU. So I learned a bit more about Ethereum, came back to Singapore, and actually did the very first Ethereum meetup here. So I always believe in a community is a very powerful tool. If you were to actually educate people, bring awareness about technology, eventually the adoption, the rewards will come. So that was how I got involved in Ethereum at the start, by actually starting out Ethereum Singapore meetup group, which is currently right now about the third largest in the world. So we have about 6,300 members. We put together about 4 to 5 events a month. And ever since then, my interest in the whole idea about blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, and even the use of it has grown tremendously. I read a lot about it, met a lot of speakers, met a lot of new companies, and just kept myself up to date about it.
Could you give us an overview of what Digix Global offers?
So Digix Global, essentially we aim to become the de facto asset tokenization platform on Ethereum. We foresee the next wave of applications in blockchain technology would be tokenized assets. So you have a lot of assets right now in the crypto space, such as like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. They are not fundamentally backed by any underlying.
Right.
Whereas we foresee in Digix Global is that we're trying to create an economy, or rather a world of tokenized physical assets, with the first case being gold bars. Right? So in the example here, we could actually magically turn this gold bar here, which is about 1 kilograms, into 1,000 grams of DGX tokens, which is the gold back token. So this is the first product offering that we have here in Digix, which is the DGX Gold Back token, which we launched early last week. So currently right now we have already held about close to about $500,000 worth of gold over a week, and we foresee this growth to be growing steadily over the next couple of months due to the appetite for anti-volatility. Yeah. The other product offering that we had, which is probably the more popular one with crypto users, was that we did a decentralized autonomous organization launch of DigixDAO sometime back in March 2016. So DigixDAO, which represents DGD tokens, are not essentially backed by any physical metal. They are currently about 2 million tokens worth of it in circulation out there in the market. You can find them on major cryptocurrency exchanges like Binance, Huobi. So you can trade them there. But the real utility of the token itself has a lot of different versions of it online, I believe, as what you have seen so far. The real purpose of DGD token is to actually incentivize these DGD token holders to participate in this decentralized governance ecosystem we're trying to build. So back in March, when we did this crowd raise, or rather the creation of the DigixDAO, In return, we raised about 465,000 ethers. At today's street value is approximately worth about 280 million US dollars. We have not spent a single ether at the moment, and all these ethers are kept in a smart contract. And for these ethers to be released to the company, we will require people to actually vote with DGD tokens. So let's say if you, Patrick, if you were a DGD token holder, and I'm DigixDAO, so I put forward a proposal saying that I want to create, let's say, a mobile wallet just for DGX tokens, and I require 100 or 200 ethers to make this a reality. If you like the proposal, you will vote yes or no, and once consensus has been reached, the funds are being released to the project. That's considered work done on your end, and in return, you get indirect return or rewards over time. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think there's some confusion, for lack of a better word, where people think that with the DAO they're actually getting rewards, but they actually have to participate. Yes,
that's correct. Yeah. So we don't promote any idea of passive rewards at all here. It's all about being active. So we require you to have a voice, to actually pledge a say by saying like, yes, I agree on this proposal, no, I don't agree on this proposal. That's how we want to shape the direction of the company moving forward. Yeah.
Okay. Shaun, who are your target clients?
So for now, we foresee that the main target client at the moment are crypto-savvy people who have been in cryptocurrencies for quite a while and understand the idea of volatility in the crypto space. So if you look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, over the last 2 years, it's been an extremely volatile space, right? Yeah. So like Ether was at a high of like $1,400 early this year, and currently right now it's about $540. Almost the same case for Bitcoin as well. It traded almost close to 20,000 at December last year, and right now it's about 8,400. So with all this big volatility in the space, we foresee that only the crypto-savvy people would like the idea of hedging their cryptocurrencies.
Hedging.
Yeah, because the idea of gold-backed cryptocurrencies is that it's very independently related from the entire crypto market here.
Yes.
Gold itself resides mostly in the traditional market space, whereas cryptocurrencies reside in the new economy of this crypto space. Right? We see our product offering, which is a stablecoin in essence, as a real way to hedge off your cryptocurrency without actually losing the transactional utility of it.
Now, Shaun, I'm pretty sure our viewers are wondering, why this idea of tokenizing an asset like gold?
Yeah, so actually it stemmed from two inspirations. Firstly is that as founders ourselves, we came from a very trading background. Yeah, so I was a gold arbitrage trader back in 2013, 14. And my other founder, Casey, he was involved in trading Asian currencies back in a bank on Wall Street. So both of us always has this idea that this cryptocurrency market space is lacking what we call like a safe haven asset class. Yeah. Like in the traditional market space, if markets are tanking, you will buy safer asset classes such as like treasury bills, you will buy gold, you will buy silver, you will buy things that have a lot more stability as compared to the actual risky assets.
Right.
So I think we foresee this market lacking in that. That was one of the inspiration to create a gold-backed token. The other one is that in this space right now, like I mentioned earlier on, there's no asset class that has a real underlying. Right? There are a lot of cryptocurrencies out there are backed by just either white papers or backed by valuation models, but they have no intrinsic value to its property. So what we're trying to create is to marry these two things together by creating a safe haven asset class as well as a physical tokenized asset for the crypto users in this space. Because we do see the future where even company stocks, silver, precious stones will eventually be tokenized on this whole blockchain economy. So we just want to be there ready for it and to be the first pioneer and leader in this tokenized economy.
Yeah, I think folks you'll be in a good position when it all happens. Shaun, why did the company choose to use the Ethereum blockchain as opposed to the Bitcoin blockchain?
Right. Yeah, so that's actually a very commonly asked question when we started the company back in 2014 December. So the main thing is that if I were to do a very simple analogy, if you refer Bitcoin and Ethereum and you try to compare them together, right? I see the closest analogy is that Bitcoin is almost like the Nokia old school phones that does just calls, messaging. It does these two purposes in a very efficient manner. Whereas Ethereum itself is almost like a smartphone. You have applications on top of it. You can send emails, get in touch via social media, take photos, do a lot of other stuff with a smartphone. So we actually designed our entire protocol on top of Ethereum because we could build an application on Ethereum, whereas you can't build an application on a Nokia phone because it's simply not able to do that. So Bitcoin functions more as like a payment kind of coin, a currency, where it's being used as bills and coins in transactions. Whereas Ethereum itself is designed to be more of a smartphone feature where you could create different kind of applications with rules that govern it, which is what we call the smart contract blockchain. Yeah, and Ethereum obviously has a lot more network effect among other smart contract blockchains out there in the space today. So Ethereum is definitely not alone in this space. You have companies like EOS, Neo, Qterm, Zilliqa. You have a lot of different kind of new and upcoming blockchains, which is in its own right is very exciting and is very powerful. But what Ethereum has over all of them is the entire or almost entire space of developers working on Ethereum. Like I mentioned before, community is a very big thing in this new economy. If you have a community behind your project is very much more likely to succeed as compared to the other.
Shaun, is the Digix DAO equivalent to having a share of the Digix platform?
Actually, the real answer is no, because the DigixDAO token itself is almost seen as like a separate project.
Okay.
The Digix platform here refers to the platform that tokenizes the physical gold into digital gold tokens. So this is what we call it in the company terms, at least. We call this the Digix platform. Whereas the DigixDAO governance platform will be a separate platform built entirely different from this and mainly serves as more of like a forum kind of board where it's like a town hall council meeting. You go there and you look at the proposals that are available, you vote on them. So the DigixDAO token, no, it's not related to this Digix platform at all.
Could you explain to the viewers how a client benefits from holding the Digix DAO?
Right, so as a holder of the DigixDAO token, the DAO token, what you would be incentivized to do is to come forward and actively participate in this whole governance process. Because in return for actually working, or rather actually casting your votes and saying yes or no on proposals, you will be indirectly rewarded with what we call the Digix points system.
Okay.
So DGX token itself has two token features. One is the transaction fee feature, which means that, let's say if I were to transfer some DGX from my account to another Ethereum account, there will be a 0.13% transaction fee deducted on the blockchain. That's the first fee. The second fee is an ongoing fee because the DGX token itself requires storage fee at like the safe house, right? So these fees are collected on an annual basis and stored into this smart contract which holds these two fees. The DigixDAO token holders in return will actually enjoy part of these fees as a form of reward given to them for working by voting into this ecosystem. So by logic, the growth in DGX will signal the increase in fees collected, which would mean that as a DGD token holder, if you were to vote and participate in this economy, you will enjoy these rewards in some form. Yeah.
And so these are some of your clients who have bought DGX. These are some of the holdings that they brought in.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very happy with the safe house efficiency as well as their professional service in actually storing as well as recording all these receipts for us. It's always been a very big pleasure to actually work with them. So we actually spoke with a couple of bullion vendors here in Singapore, but we found that the Silver Bullion company as well as the safe house to be the most receptive in terms of working with a new technology. Yeah.
Yeah, we're always constantly on the lookout for things that our clients may be interested in, but I think consensus is that Silver Bullion and the Safe House, we're all just happy to see you grow and we'd like to support you in any way. Shaun, so if I were to store 1 kilogram of gold with you, I would receive 1,000 DGX?
Yes, that's correct. So that will be a feature that's available in the future where we call them transfer in. So as a customer or as a customer of Silver Bullion or even as a customer of Digix, you will be able to come forward and submit a certain bar of a certain grade and purity that we will actually go through a whole DUX testing, which is conducted by the Safe House here. So after the whole process of verification of a gold bar, you will be able to receive 1,000 tokens, or rather 100 tokens, whichever bar that you have sent in. So 1 token represents 1 gram of gold. Right. If you were to submit in 100 grams, you will get 100 tokens. If you submit a kilogram, you will get back 1,000 grams of token.
So overall, the DGX token is a pretty stable coin.
Yes, that's correct. So we do see in the space a couple of other stable coin ideas, Most of the other stable coins in this space are either backed with the US dollar itself or with other kind of physical assets. It could be gold, it could be diamonds and stuff like this. But for us, the entire process of creating the tokens are all done on-chain, on the blockchain itself. There's nothing that is done entirely outside in the sense of creating on a private database, which could be manipulated. Yeah. So the powerful thing about it being on the blockchain is that the transparency and the entire auditability, time stamping it, it's all recorded as events on the blockchain. And this can't be altered by us as individuals. But if you were to do it on, let's say, on a separate server and stuff, temperament of files, even creation of new gold tokens could be done by anybody.
Do you exchange any type of gold or only those that have a certain specification?
Right. So this is a very commonly asked question as well, because I believe in different regions around the world, gold is being offered in different purity and grades. So here in Digix, we only accept bars that are from refineries that have been under the London Bullion Market Association list.
I see.
That's one. Secondly, under the purity grade, we only accept 49 gold bars, so 99.99 gold bars and 24 karat bars. Yeah, this is the minimum requirement that we have here.
Okay, and why did Digix choose to have that minimum requirement of 49s and LBMA?
Right, so I think the LBMA lends a lot of credibility as well as genuinity in terms of creating a very reputable company, especially in the business where you're dealing with customers' funds and precious metal, which is historically known to be a very reputable asset class. We do foresee that we have to work with very reputable names. We can't be just working with, let's say, like 9990 bars and stuff like this. It wouldn't just cut it at the start, because we want to be able to give our customer a peace of mind and a sense of security that when they encash this bullion, they have a marketplace, they have a market price available in bullion dealers to sell back to, and not facing some kind of like gray area market where they can't actually encash their bars into a market price that is fair to them. So we want to give customers a sense of security as well, and to provide the company its booster in terms of building its reputation around LBMA name.
Shaun, it seems like you have a lot of big and great ideas. Overall, what is the dream of DGX?
So DGX itself aims to be the de facto stable coin in the entire cryptocurrency space. Currently, right now, the cryptocurrency market cap size is about 330 billion right now at the moment. We do foresee a future where this entire market space could hit $1 trillion value or even higher than that. So the whole purpose of Digix and its existence is that we want to become the main stable coin as well as the main anti-volatility coin in this space. That's probably really the real dream out there, to become the real de facto tokenized asset platform.
Okay. So will I be able to buy a cup of coffee or something from the mall with Digix?
Yeah, I think this reality is coming very soon. So we do work with other partners in this space. We are not alone here. So what we provide is a currency that has value, but we require companies that provide this outlet, this way of exchanging them for real world value. So there's a company out there called 10x, which is a debit card company. So they actually allow a customer to store cryptocurrencies with them and spend it on the fly just via like different kind of card issuing terminals. We actually work with them to have a partnership where our customers could be spending gold tokens for a cup of coffee at Starbucks, could be paying for your flights, could be paying for a hotel when you travel and stuff. We want to make the idea of spendable gold a real reality, because gold itself historically has been known to be like a white elephant, or rather things that you store in vaults, you pay for it to be stored and secured, but you don't really get a rate of return. Right? So in the idea of a rate of return as well, we work with other collateral lending companies on Ethereum as well in the blockchain space, where you could loan out your gold tokens and actually get a rate of return in return.
Shaun, how close is this to becoming a reality where I can actually go ahead or all of us can actually go ahead and use the platform?
Right now, we are already live. So in the sense of actually purchasing gold tokens, that is already a real reality right now. But in terms of spending it on the front line and stuff like this, is probably maybe about 3 or 6 months away.
Shaun, the World Gold Council estimates that the total above ground gold is about 190,000 tons. So theoretically, if all this gold were to be stored with Digix, it can potentially add 190 million DGX tokens. Would that be correct?
Yes, that's correct. That will be correct, and as well as I think the entire safe house here will be very full.
Yes,
I think it's definitely a good problem to have, and it's definitely one of the end goals. So we do foresee ourselves as becoming the gold reserve on the blockchain.
Nice.
We do hope that one day a significant amount of gold is being stored here in Singapore. And as a Singaporean as well, I feel that I have this national duty to actually help serve my country in becoming like a gold currency, a gold reserve nation. Yeah, so we do foresee that in the future, the cryptocurrency space, when it grows in market cap value, a bigger portion of that would actually streamline down into Digix and actually have the physical gold metal stored here in the safe house. I believe it would be a very good problem to have.
Yeah, I tell you what, Shaun, it's always nice to see a man who's proud of his country. It's something pretty special. But back to the 1 kg example. Who owns the 1 kilogram gold bar after I've tokenized it?
Yeah, so the beneficial ownership, which is the idea of actually owning the gold tokens and the underlying gold bar, resides with the customer. But the gold bar itself actually is being kept under the Digix name, which is stored here in the safe house. And we don't do anything with it. We don't loan it out for extra activities and stuff like this. It's all just being kept here, paid with storage, and ensure that the whole security of the place is intact and the gold bar is available for redemption at any point in time.
Now you have my 1 kg of gold. What does Digix do with my gold bar? Do you resell it or does it just sit in the vault?
Yep. So the whole pride of this technology is that we allow every single bar with its own serial number to reside on the blockchain as well as reside in the bar. So we don't sell this bar and replace it with another bar. In essence, that if we take in a certain bar of a serial number, it's always kept here indefinitely to the point of redemption. So let's say if a customer comes in and wants to redeem a bar, he can actually select from the whole entire list of inventory that we have. He wants to see the particular bar number that he likes and he can withdraw it. As compared to some other bullion dealers out there, I know that they do have like pooled gold bar stash, where you could redeem any random bar from a certain set of pool of gold. Right. But in our case here, every bar is itemized and individual, such that redemption will only occur on a single bar. So the gold bar does not move, it's not being used as collateral lending, it's not being used as refinancing activities, it's all just kept in custody here.
Okay, so in a sense, it's more or less the same way how Silver Bullion and the Safe House will parcelize the client's silver bars, monster boxes, and things like that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
That was probably one of the reasons why we are very happy to work with Silver Bullion, because I believe that in the ethos of actually creating a Bullion inventory, we are aligned in the essence. We see the power of having individual parcelized bar as a very important sense of security to our customers.
Okay, Shaun. Now, given that the DGX is meant to be a gold-backed cryptocurrency, how does DGX assure DGX holders that the gold is there?
Right, so if you were to go to our marketplace right now, which is digix.global/app, you will be able to visit this page, what we call the Asset Explorer, which will show you the entire list of gold holdings that we have in the company. So every single bar, from the kilo bar to the 100-gram bar in the entire box, all its records of purchase, storage will all be available on the Asset Explorer list. You will be able to see the individual timestamp copy of when the bar was deposited, when the bar was purchased, and when the bar would be picked up.
Okay. So it's a very open and transparent system.
Exactly, yeah. And all these records are actually stored on a decentralized media platform called IPFS, which stands for Interplanetary File System. It's not being hosted on a single web server, let's say like Amazon Web Service server. It's held onto IPFS, which is a distributed list of file storage space. So in essence, we don't actually have the physical copy stored in one place, but it's split up among all these different servers. So customers could be assured that the files can't be tampered with. If I were to delete a particular file, I would have to access hundreds of thousands of computers to delete the file. I can't just delete it from one server.
Shaun, you know that there are quite a few in the crypto community that question the need to back a cryptocurrency with a physical asset like gold. In fact, some see it as a step backwards since cryptocurrencies are borderless, largely anonymous and decentralized. What's your view on this? What's the benefit of having a gold-backed cryptocurrency, and why did you choose to go through perceivably so much more trouble?
Right, so we do believe that there are a certain group of liberalist people who actually argue that cryptocurrencies should be free from any tangible assets. Right, so this is definitely something that's available everywhere. But I feel that what we are trying to create here is for a certain niche crowd of audience who actually do believe in the idea of anti-volatility And a lot of people are actually hoping that the idea of go-back currencies actually make a comeback today. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Shaun, could you explain to us the term recast?
Right, so recast is essentially converting digital tokens, which is the DGX go-back token, back into a physical go bar. So if you have 100 DGX tokens, if you were to use the recast function, you will be recasting 100 tokens back into a 100-gram cast bar. Yeah. On the opposite side of it, remint basically will be converting the bar back into tokens. Yeah. So the minting process is done by the company. The recasting process is selected by the customer.
What is the minimum amount of DGX to perform a recast?
The minimum amount currently right now is 101 DGX tokens. One token is being used as a recast fee, and then in return you will be able to retrieve a 100-gram bar. So if you were to recast for a kilo bar, you will need 1010 tokens.
And so if someone wanted to, let's say, withdraw their gold, is it only available in Singapore or worldwide?
At the moment right now, due to cost reasons, we find it more feasible to do it only in Singapore for now. And we do foresee a lot of people who actually, if they can't perform the redemption function in person, they would just sell the tokens out onto other exchanges for Bitcoin or even Ethereum coins. Yeah.
Okay, so they have the convenience of both either taking back the physical or keeping it in crypto and exchanging it back for another crypto or even fiat.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. Moving forward, Shaun, could you share with us any exciting new developments that's coming up for Digix this year? Is there any plans for Digix to tokenize any other assets? Like, for instance, we have a lot of silver bars out here. Could you let us know any inside info?
Yeah, sure. So for this year, the main focus right now would be to develop the DigixDAO governance platform. So we are actually in the midst of actually finalizing a governance framework where token holders can vote and release funds for the company. That's probably the main priority for this year. Probably in the foreseeable future, we want to tokenize silver, because silver being priced a lot more lower than gold in gram sizes wise remains a very, very attractive and appealing token for countries in the developing regions. Countries like China, countries like Malaysia, Vietnam, and even Indonesia. Just the psychological price point of silver in grams is a lot more attractive as compared to gold. So that's definitely in the plans as well. We do see precious metal as being the first hallmark case of asset tokenization. In the future, we want to go into like diamonds, real estate, art pieces in the future. But yeah, for now, it's going to be precious metal.
Okay, so you got a lot of growth coming up on your horizon, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Shaun, how can our subscribers keep abreast with these developments going on at Digix?
Yeah, so I think the best place to actually keep tabs of all the official announcements would be on our Medium blog. So the URL to visit this place would be www.medium.com/@Digix. That's the main web announcements that we do. If you want to chat with us in real time with the founders and with any of our company employees, the best place to do this will be on the Discord chat. So a Discord channel is basically, it's a messaging channel used mostly for cyber gamers, which we found a lot of our audience to be very savvy in. So that's where you can chat with us. You can chat with us on Telegram, on Discord, even drop us a line on Facebook as well.
Okay. Do any of those cyber gamers, do they still play Donkey Kong, Galaga?
I don't think so. I don't even play them myself.
None of those, huh?
No, I think no. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll try to keep up with the new technology that you're offering.
Yeah.
So there you have it. That was Shaun Djie, who I must thank for being here today. Shaun, it was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, pleasure as well. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
That was Shaun Djie from Digix Global sharing with us about the company's asset tokenization platform. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the SBTV channel to be updated on our new content.